Confirmation, that's what comes to mind when I just think about this past week's victory over West Virginia Ringers. Confirmation that when you do the little things right, come out and execute and practice every day, that you can be a scary team to face. This week was Halloween week, rivalry week, and we delivered a horror show to Coach Charlie Casey and the West Virginia Ringers. This week's sponsorship is brought to you by Rice-A-Roni, the Kansas City treat. Yes, you heard that right. Not the San Francisco treat, the Kansas City treat. Since Rashee Rice has been in our lineup, we have not lost a game this season. Unfortunately, Rashee's on a bye this week, so Rice-A-Roni is the closest thing we're getting to Rice in our lineup. Use code LACESOUT, because that's what winners do. As for MVT of the week this week, it's hard to single out any single player. I mean, when you score over 200 points, everyone's doing their job. Allen, McCaffrey, they had 50 points each for 100. But still, the other guys in that lineup carried their weight also. So it is impossible for me to name one player deserving of the MVT of the Week award. So what I've decided to do this week is we are going to create little fun-size tees. And everyone on the team, including the scout team, is going to get a fun-size tee in their candy bag this week. And with that, I'll open it up to questions. Yeah, as I mentioned, Rashee Rice is on a bye this week. You don't replace a guy like him. Since he's joined our lineup, it's really been a game changer in our locker room, our culture, on the field. So, we got enough mouths on this team to feed that I feel confident that his production will get spread around. But we'll be looking for guys to step up and try to fill his production. Next question. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, I had a feeling you would bring that up. I don't want to give away too much of our secrets, but, for the flex this week, I've got some options. I've got some young guys that haven't played a lot. Alvin Kamara has been dealing with an injury, and the Saints offense has been struggling as of late. So I don't think I'm going to be putting him in the lineup. I look at our tight end play. I mean, I feel like our tight end play has been one of the surprising strengths of this team. I say surprising, but I shouldn't be surprised. Our data guys have spotted those guys. I mean, we got 3 rookies that are playing phenomenal football. I can only play 2 of them. And you know what, this week, I'm just going to say it, I'm going double tight this week. I've got Gadsden, I got Fannin Jr., and I got Theo Johnson. I don't know which 2 to play. I wish I could play them all, but the league rules say that I can't. So we're going to see how practice goes, see who steps up, who's got the hot hand. I'm going to look at the matchups, who they're facing defensively. So, Gary, we are going to go double tight this week. Mark it down. That'll be the closest to the single wing we get. But I know that double tight will get you excited. Next question. Yeah, we faced Buckeyes this week. Be honest, not too familiar with them. They're not in our division. It'll be the first time that we have played them this season. But let's set the record straight. The Buckeyes are a college team. They've had some success, but this is the pro game. I mean, Ohio State may be the number 1 team in college football. But I assure you, they could not beat the New York Jets. I guarantee it. I would bet all of Coach Boswell's Halloween candy that they would not beat the New York Jets. So they're going to be in for a rude awakening this week when they play us. Okay, I have time for one more question. Yeah, I've seen that. I get the emails weekly from the league. They came out with their latest projections. And we have a 25% chance now of winning the Super Bowl. Listen, I try not to get worked up in that. And I tell our players not to also. While I'm flattered, yes, it's flattering that, people are recognizing the caliber of football that we are playing right now at this point in the season. But, we got to take it one week at a time. We set goals at the beginning of this season, and those goals have not changed. And they are in this order. Our goal was to make the playoffs. Our goal was to get a first-round bye in the playoffs, to win our division, and then ultimately win the Super Bowl. Okay, there's still a lot of football left to be played this season. It's fantasy football. A lot of things can happen. But our guys are hungry. We're ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. Okay, in closing, I just want to say Rice-A-Roni may be the sponsor for this week. But our team, we're cooking up something bigger. I mean, each week we are hungry to prove that we're the best team in this league. And week in and week out, our mission is to prove that we deserve a seat at that final table at the end of the season. We're going to get after it this week. See you after the game on Sunday.